Okay, it's time for path 6, and I think this one's going to be a little bit of a relief. It's not quite as hard. For this path, you don't have to use the pen tool, which is kind of nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to use one of the line tools. There's actually a line tool that spirals, just like this spiral here. But you have to kind of look for it because here's a regular line tool. But anytime you see this kind of little white little arrow in the corner of that, it means if I hold down on that tool, I'm going to see all of these other options. And so when I clicked and held down that tool, it brought up these options, and we want to use that spiral tool. And if I click, if I draw it in that box, I pull over to this line, you can see I get that nice spiral. Now I accidentally had done something to change my settings on it earlier, but I just fixed that by holding down the Alt key. Anyway, there we go. Now we have it just right. Okay, we're going to do a couple other kind of quick changes to this one. I am going to click and make sure I have my selection tool active, so I have the line active, and now we're going to do some different settings in that stroke panel. So I'm going to come over here, click on this. I'm going to just type in 10 to reset the weight of that line. And again, I'm looking at the instructions on step 11, and it's telling me to do a round cap and a round join to give it that nice curve. And now we're going to set this dashed line setting here. So I'm going to click where it says dashed line. I'm going to set that. And then we're going to set it exactly to what we want it to. We want it to be a 10 point on the dash and a 10 point on the gap. Just going to change it just a little bit. See, I kind of smushed it together. And then we're going to make sure that this little spot here is active, which it was. The very last thing that the instructions have us do is they have us select our direct select point, this white arrow. And what I can do is I can select any point on that line. I'm going to select this one here by clicking on that anchor point. And when I have it selected, I'm just going to click delete and get rid of that. And it just changes the look of that line just a little bit. But that does it for that particular line. And let's go ahead and save this, Control S, and you're done and you're ready to move on to number 7.